The spring newsletter dropped yesterday, and although it's a mini newsletter, it still tells us a good amount of stuff. So, Toby's been hiring new members for his team to speed progress up, and speaking of progress, since Chapter 3 isn't mentioned at all in this newsletter, I think it's safe to assume there's practically 100% done, right? However, there's still stuff like cutscenes, tweaking battles, and a lot of rooms to get done in Chapter 4, so it seems like there's a lot left to do on that. That being said, Toby seems really optimistic about progress on Chapter 4, and even mentioning the thought of development on Chapter 5, wow. But even them discussing the thought of a release date and an internal deadline, I think is a green light that we might just be about 60% of our way through our suffering. But based off the info we're given, I can personally predict that the earliest possible release date for Chapter 3 and 4 will be right. November 2024 based on what we heard. But realistically, I'm expecting early to mid 2025, to be honest. Considering that Toby hopes to update us after the first pass of the entire Chapter 4 with no tweaking, which if we're following a similar schedule, I hope we receive our next newsletter by August maybe. And one thing that did catch my attention was that among the community, most of us thought that Chapter 4 would be mostly the light world, but looking at the stats, it kind of looks like we're going to be getting a lot more dark world than we expected, so I'd say it's pretty good. So those were our rations for this quarter of the year, and to be honest, it was a solid letter that gave us some information straight to us instead of some cryptic garbage. Although I'm sure the community will still try dissect every single part of this letter for any ounce of info, because they're going absolutely crazy. Personally, I would have liked Chapter 3 and 4 to release separately to satisfy my lack of patience, but we'll see down the line how it comes along. That's all for now, so see you later, alligator.